In this lesson, I am going to tell you all how to make a garment specification sheet. A spec sheet is a very important document which will be used by all personnel in a garment production unit. To produce any garment, you should know the style features of the garment. Based on that, a pattern master would create the patterns. The cutting master and the sewing machine operators must know what kind of stitches to use in this garment and how to finish this garment. All these specifications will be mentioned in a specification sheet for a particular garment style. So the spec sheet will have the style code of the garment which has to be produced. It will have details of the company like the company name, logo and the address. It can also have logo as a watermark. It will have the title, that means the description of the garment, the season details for which season the garment is being produced, the category like for example whether it is menswear, women's wear or kids wear, is it a sleepwear or is it lingerie, etc. It will also have the supplier details, the vendor or the manufacturing unit which is producing this garment, and also it can have the buyer details, that means to whom this particular garment has to be shipped. It will have a lot of information related to the design and production of the garment. It will have details like the design specification, the fabric specification, size specification, trims and accessory details, and also the labeling information. Coming to design specification, it's very important that the spec sheet must have the front and back view, flat drawing or the working drawing of the garment. There could be a detailed sketch like this with all the measurements mentioned on the sketch directly like this. The size specification will have details of the body measurements needed to make this garment, but the flat drawing will have more measurement details which will be needed during the construction and also cutting out the patterns. Like for example, if you see in this style, it has a patch pocket here. So the gap in the pocket, the length is mentioned here in inches, and also it has some sort of styling here. You can see that this pocket opening has some sort of gathering or ruching. Okay, so the design detail is also being mentioned with the help of pointers like this. This is an arrow mark. Okay, so you can add some details of the design and the extra measurement details on your flat drawings. And also you can see that there is a detailed drawing of the pocket design. So like this, if you want to make component drawings, like for example if there is an epaulette or a belt loop or even the kind of buttons or anything else that you are using, if you want to make a detailed sketch, you can do all those things next to your flat drawings. Okay, so in the design specification you will make flat drawings of the main garment and also the component drawings, and here you will also mention the color combo. Color combo means the same style can be produced in two different colors, and also it can be produced in two different kind of fabric designs. So here you can see that the color code is being mentioned in Pantone. The design specification will also have detailed drawing of the artwork. Like for example, if you are adding any embroidery or applique or any print design, then the design of this artwork and the colors that are used inside this artwork, that will also be mentioned. Supposing it is embroidery, then you have to mention very clearly what kind of stitches is used in every part of this embroidery and what are the colors that are used in each and every part of this embroidery with the help of Pantone coloring system. You can also mention the stitch details, like for example, are you going to use overlock stitch or flat lock stitch or top stitch? You can use the stitch numbers according to the ASTM standards or the ISO standards here. Coming to the fabric specification, it will have details of the material or the fabric that is being used in this garment. Like for example, the fabric content, the weight of the fabric in GSM, and also whether the fabric is woven or knit or jersey, etc. So here you can see some detailed description of the kind of fabric that must be used in this style. So this is a sample spec sheet for a lingerie design. So you can see here there is some basic information, okay, which is common to all the sheets that are being used in your spec sheet. Okay, so the spec sheet could be made in 5 sheets, or it could have 10 or 20 or 30 sheets. Okay, but all the sheets will have this detail which is common to all the sheets. So here you can see an example of a spec being written for the trims or any other accessory that is being used in the garment. Okay, like for example, it has some sort of bra lining and the kind of hooks or buttons that are used here, the stitch details,